Hello, this is Peter B. And today I'd like to show you some of my recent pickups. I went to an estate sale and I got this Boston Globe 2006 medallion collection. Comes in this little booklet. Has all the players on a 2006 roster. A little bit of history about the Sox. Other side has more players. And the middle has these medallions. There's David Ortiz right there. So I thought this was pretty neat. I remember way back when they were, I forget when they were giving these out. You had to pay for them. I forget, but I remember them from way back then. And I saw this one real cheap at the estate sale, so I grabbed it. And that's the back of it. Next thing I like to show you is a 1971 Dell Major League Baseball stamps. Now, they made one of these books for every team at the time. I got the Red Sox one. And they also had All-Stars. I think they had National League All-Star book and American League All-Star book. I could be wrong, but I remember they also had All-Stars. And inside, you have the team story of the Red Sox. And you get these stamps that many people cut out. You see a lot of the cutout ones sold on eBay. And this is what the back of the stamp looks like. Little write-up about the player. And then across the page, little statistics about the players. And each back would have the logo of the team. And I give you some important dates in baseball. And you could send away for a book to put your stamps in. Is Boomer Scott, Jim Lombard, Reggie Smith, and Kyle Yastrzemski, and Luis Aparicio. Now notice they did not airbrush. Luis Aparicio was recently traded, and his photo still shows him as a Chicago White Sox. And here's a New York Met, and a Milwaukee Brewer. There's a Kansas City Royal on the other side. They do have the Red Sox logo for them on the back. Luis Aparicio. And once again, their statistics on this page. Here's all that they did every team. And then they also did All-Stars. Then each book, of course, would have corresponded to their team, stars from the past. So these are Red Sox stars from the past. And it would also come with the 1971 schedule. So you can follow your favorite team. Since 1971, Dell MLB stamps. Now, like I said, you can buy many of them already cut out on eBay. And that's exactly what I did after purchasing that book. I got a Tony Canigliaro. There he is in his Red Sox uniform. But he's not in that book because He was recently traded to the Angels. You can see the Angels logo on the back. But like I said, because they don't airbrush, I can put this one with the book, have a nice Tony Conigliaro card as a Boston Red Sox. Okay, next thing I'd like to show you, as far as new cards go, I don't really like many of them, but I do like Topps Stadium Club. I love the photos, very good photography. For instance, there's Mookie Betts. It's in his rookie year, taking a bounce on the outfield. You see his eyes concentrating on the ball. So I thought that was a very good Mookie Betts card. I like Mookie Betts. Even since the Red Sox let him go and the Dodgers picked him up. Actually traded. I still like Mookie Betts. He's a very good player. So I do buy one box a year to rip open, and that's normally the Stadium Club. Like I said, I love the photography. Here's an Aaron Judge, 2002 Stadium Club. This photo was taken during that Field of Dreams they had it with the Chicago White Sox out in the cornfield. Very nice. Very nice image. And that's the back of it. So like I said, I do like Stadium Club as far as new cards go. And I do buy a couple of Topps now. If something very historical happens, I normally buy it. Now, my collection, I started collecting in the 70s. And my collection, I have about every card from the 70s. But I am missing some, especially for some reason in 72. I didn't collect in 72, so I have a lot of holes, and believe it or not, this was a big hole in my collection. Ted Williams, manager of the Texas Rangers. So now I filled that hole. I don't mind off-center as much as I mind rounded corners. And this is an off-center card, but the corners are nice and crisp. And here's the back of it. 1972 Topps. Next one I got is a 1960 Topps World Series card. Depicting the year before, the 1959 World Series, Game 5. Chicago beat the Dodgers 1-0. And here is Luis Aparicio stealing a base. Now, there is something unique about this card, and that's the second baseman taking the throw. That is Murray Wells. And when Topps were checking out the minor leaguers and signing them to contracts, Murray Wells wasn't hitting well in the minor leagues, and they never signed him to a contract. He then got a new coach, and the coach really worked with him, and Murray Wells became a well-rounded player, except for power, and he made the bigs. But Topps did not have the contract to make baseball cards. I should have wrote it down. I think his first Topps baseball card might have been, I don't know, mid-60s. I figure someone can put that in the comments. Like I said, I should have wrote it down. But though it doesn't state Murray Wells, that is Murray Wells because they can print it because of the World Series. So that's his unofficial first Topps card. Otherwise, it'll be a few years until he actually gets recognized on a Topps card. I like these 1959 World Series cards, showing the action. And that's the back, gives you the statistics. Pretty nice. So Murray Wills' first unofficial Topps card. Now, I do read books. A lot of times it's about a baseball player. And to make an excuse to buy another card, I normally buy a card of that particular player in the book, and I use it as a bookmark. If it's a subject about non-sport, I buy a non-sport and most likely a tobacco card and of the same subject and use it as a bookmark. Well, I just got this, A Travel History of Martha's Vineyard. And I'm interested in it because it talks about all the old steamships that went back and forth from Cape Cod to Martha's Vineyard. So, I need a bookmark. So I found this 1889 N187 Kimball's Fancy Bathers. Kimball's produced a set of cards of women bathing at the beach. Famous beaches in America, mostly on the East Coast, as well as some European beaches. And this one is Martha's Vineyard. So she will become my bookmark and then be put into my tobacco card collection. Now, like I said, it's only a bookmark. This was obviously pasted into a scrapbook, and then when they removed it, they did a butcher of a job. You can read that it's W.S. Kimball's and Company, and it says Fancy Bathers. There would have been a checklist of all the different beaches. So that is my bookmark, Martha's Vineyard, for my History of Martha's Vineyard book I'm about to read. And like I said, then she will go into my tobacco card collection. And finally, I want to show a 1959 Topps card, my last pickup recently. And that is player from the Cubs, outfielder from the Cubs, and that's the back of it. I would love to make a 1959 set. I really like the style cards, but I'll be into too much money at this point. I'd rather spend it on other things. But the reason I bought him, Charles King, is because his nickname, Chick King. Now, how can anyone who's watching this video not have the Chick King as part of their collection? So put the Chick King right there, and we'll say goodbye. And thank you for watching.